Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Sean, all right, let's get rocking. We have this gentleman who met you in Key West, Sean. He was inspired by you. He's a real estate rock star, director of wholesale. He is a generous donor, a tenacious leader. Welcome, Corey Geary to The Real Raw.
What's up? So much.
What's up, Corey? How are you?
Hey, Sean. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, thank you for your immense, incredible generosity, your heart, all the things. It was an honor and a pleasure to meet you and connect with you in Key West.
Appreciate it, man. It was a pleasure meeting you too. And then you inspired me what you did on stage. So.
No, thank you, brother. And how about your fun fact, Corey?
My fun fact?
Yeah, what's a fun fact about you? Somebody wouldn't expect, wouldn't know necessarily, be like, really? Corey, like.
Fun fact that I do, I mean, I love traveling the world and going scuba diving. That's what I kind of
Yes, I love this. Where's your favorite place to go scuba diving in the world?
So far, my favorite place has been Thailand.
Nice, dude. So you've seen the world.
We'll be scuba diving down in Tulum next week. So, and I've heard that's gonna exceed my expectations. So I'm excited for next week.
Super cool. Well, love hearing that. Yes, about your passion for undersea world. And I'm a scuba diver myself, even though the fact that I've lost my vision at this point. But I've been diving since I'm 13. My kids are certified and love it, man. And so pleasure to share that in common.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Corey's in the building. Gina, who's rolling with Corey?
All right. Next up from the left coast again, a trial lawyer. He started his firm in January 2020, Sean. His immigrant roots have given him a beautiful perspective on life and to help his clients. Welcome, Sharad Milanfar, to The Real Raw.
Hey, Sharad from the left coast. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. What prompted your entrepreneurial journey in launching your own firm?
Really, I was with a firm for 19 years and things started to change. So I decided, if I wasn't going to change and do my own thing, which is what I wanted to do at age 48, I was never going to do it. So didn't want to regret not doing it. So here we are.
Awesome job, Sharad. Love hearing that. How about a fun fact about you?
I'm a certified instructor in a Filipino martial art called Kali Eskrima.
Ooh, I love this. How long have you been practicing? What's the name of it?
Not as much as I want to recently, but I practice it regularly for about 10 years.
Nice. Well, love hearing that. And it's Sharad. Is that how it's pronounced?
Correct.
Yeah, Sharad.
Yes.
Welcome. Love your mastery, commitment to it, and your entrepreneurial leap. Congratulations, and it's an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gina, we got Corey, we got Sharad, and we have
a Jersey boy, Mr. Bayard Smith, founding partner of his firm out of Westfield and Old Bridge, personal injury lawyer, member of the New Jersey Association for Justice, and a lieutenant colonel in the Army, currently serving as battalion commander in the 28th Infantry. And I want to thank you for your service and welcome you to the Real Raw.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Sean, for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you for
a great program.
Yes, thank you for your service. It's an honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being an NJAJ member, do you know John Anzalone at Willenz, Goldman, and Spitzer?
I don't personally know him, but I've heard his name, and we deal with their firm a lot, especially with the mass tort stuff.
Yeah, cool. So John and I started at Willenz together.
Okay.
We started in class, and he was a dear, dear friend, and is a dear friend, but he referred me one person about 6 months after leaving that was one of the major impetuses for the acceleration of building my own firm. So I was there for 6 months, left, and John and I have been, friends the whole time. So
that's great.
Yeah. And how about your fun fact?
I started out as a college soccer player, but as you know, being a baseball player, with the NCAA rules, you can only play or practice 6 days a week. We had a day off in the middle of the week. One of my buddies said, "Come out, try rugby." I tried it, fell in love with it, and quit the soccer team, played rugby throughout college, law school, the Army, men's club, with the pinnacle of playing down in Argentina before I hung it up to chase after my kids in their sports. So.
That's awesome. And what town do you live in now?
I live in Plainfield.
Okay, Plainfield, awesome. And then where'd you go to undergrad?
I went to Lafayette.
Right. So Lehigh, Lafayette, like rugby rivalry, was that present?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Not confused. Well, it's an honor and a privilege. And again, thank you for your service, keeping us safe and free. Gina.
Next up, Sean, from the left coast, also from LA, Shushanik Margarian, partner at an automotive litigation law firm, her firm. And she's an Instagram Reels guru and a car enthusiast. Yes, welcome, Shushanik.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, it's Shushanik?
Yes, that's correct.
Hey, Shushanik, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully. And what is your fun fact? And what is your Instagram reel thing? Like talk to us.
So that's part of, so it was already in my bio, but the fun facts are the same. I love cars. And I'm making this funny Instagram reels, like the short videos. I've been doing this recently for a few months, and seems like people like the videos, and it's really fun and very funny videos. You guys can go check it out, check the videos out. It's on my Instagram page, and my Instagram handle is Shushanik Margarian, ESQ, like this Esquire. And another fun fact, like not fun but surprising, as Sean was tell something that will surprise us, is that at the age of 22, I was already an attorney and I had my license.
Whoa! So that's an early start. Where did you grow up, Shushanik?
So I'm from Armenia. I jumped ahead when I was in school. So I ended up starting my undergrad when I was 14,
Wow.
15 already. So I did my undergrad, and then I have two diplomas two law schools. I have two LLMs, like master degrees from two law schools, one in Armenia, one here at USC. And I took the bar, I passed it from the first try, and here I am.
So Shushanik, and not that I like this word, but you would not be dumb. Is that a fair statement?
I think so.
That's incredible. Like, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wow. I mean, holy academic achievement, Batman. Beautiful job,
you.
Shushanik. And thank you for being here.
Sure, I'm excited. Thank you.
Thank you. Gina, that's like crazy.
I mean, right? She blew me away. All right, next up, this attorney out of South Florida, Sean, is co-host of the acclaimed podcast, Bob and Eric Save America, which I love and I can't wait to hear more about. And he's also a former Miami-Dade County prosecutor and a criminal defense attorney. From yes, Eric Metheny. Welcome to The Real Raw.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Eric, you sound like you have a beautiful voice and an amazing setup auditorially. So congratulations on all of your awesome success, man.
I really appreciate that. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. And so did you happen to know, Eric, Scott Rothstein?
The Scott Rothstein.
The Scott Rothstein.
Know a lot of people who are related to him through business and know who he is, but never had any dealings with him.
Yes. I had the unique privilege, and I am not in the MSNBC American Greed episode, much to my chagrin, but I have the unique privilege and laying claim to being the first person to report Scott Rothstein to the FBI.
Good for you. I hope he didn't take too much of your money.
He took none of my money. He wanted $8 million of my client's money. We brought the former head of white collar crimes for the FBI there. And for some of the dynamics that we teach here at Unblinded, including level 5 listening, I was arguing at the end of a 4-hour meeting sitting in Scott Rothstein's office with the microphones and all the things that were there that nobody told us. Of course, there was like eavesdropping equipment, talking to the former head of white collar crimes, the FBI, then retired, that we brought as a due diligence vetter. That guy said, "Oh yeah, this sounds great." And I'm like, "Are you out of your mind?" And we spent the next 2 days fighting and arguing about it as my client's finger was on the button to send $8 million. And Scott Rothstein, I have also the unique distinction of him claiming he was going to destroy my life and my legal career, and that nobody in the world would ever work with me again because I doubted him. That is a true, fun South Florida story.
Yeah, but you're laughing now because he's sitting in federal prison
for 45 years. So, yes. So Eric, love you being here. What is your fun fact, and how'd you get into doing all your cool stuff?
Well, I'm a criminal defense attorney. I've been doing this for about 12 years. 2 years before that, I was a prosecutor. So I've done nothing but criminal law. I got into podcasting roughly a year and a half ago. I have a show, Bob and Eric Save America. We're on all the platforms, and we deal with law, politics, culture, kind of all things like that. And then my fun fact is I am a diehard Elvis Presley fan.
Nice. What's your favorite Elvis song?
Way Down, October 76. His greatest stuff was 68 to 76. Don't even listen to the Ed Sullivan 1950s stuff. Go right to the 60s.
I love it. Eric knowing his stuff, and I love the name of your show. Truly.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Love it. Really appreciate you, Eric. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Gina.
Next up, Sean, we have the Sales Sorceress.
The Sales Sorceress started selling crafts as a tot on her front lawn. 8 years old, her first sales dynamics, rushing through an interesting sales career in high school, which we'll leave for another day, moving to being a 7-figure network marketer. From there, becoming the number one person in business brokerage, number one business broker in the state of Nevada. Now the chief 6-figure sales sorceress at Alliance Sales, bringing marketing and sales talent across the board. We just said a lot, and all of it's real. We just said a lot, and all of it's real. Based on her heart-centeredness, her understanding of how to vary her fun, aspirational, goddess and Zeus energy, all of it. Bella Verita, it is an honor and a privilege. Welcome on this Ecosystem Merger and Mastery Monday as our co-host. What's happening, Bella?
Thank you, Sean Gallagher. And in that whole introduction, like, you didn't say at all that last month, because of Unblinded and the Unblinded formula, we did more in sales in 1 month than we did all of last year. Like, you said all these great things, but you didn't say that.
Well, I felt maybe that would be a bit self-serving, and thank you for saying it. And you are extraordinary, Bella. And Bella's level of growth mindset, love of people, desire for acceleration is unbelievably extraordinary. And we're having some fun. Bella's created an access point to the distinction of being conscious, like being awakened, versus being unblinded. And it's extraordinary because she's been in the world of influencer space and coaching, training, developing in very meaningful ways all over the country. And it's really been a lot of fun and an honor to work together, to co-create the magic that we do here and all the other things we're doing in the world. So Bella, thank you for everything that you do, including being fun, disruptive, completely crazy at times, and heart-centered and magical.
Thank you. Thank you. And so I'm very torn today with my fun fact, Sean, because I don't know if I should go with the fact that my mom once got married by Elvis in Las Vegas, or if I should go with I found out this weekend where my mother plans on putting her unblinded tattoo. So I'm just not sure which one.
I think you should. Well, I think we have the fact that she got married by Elvis in Vegas, and we would all love to know. I think, Gina, would you love to know where Bella?
I would love. I'm dying to know right now, Bella. Yes.
Yeah. So Bella's mom has decided she's going to get an unblinded tattoo. So what's the story, Bella?
Yeah, and so let's also say that my mom also, we're from Texas, so my mom also, 70 years old, 71 maybe now, has a Dallas Cowboy tramp stamp. This true story. So now she has decided that she wants the unblinded, logo, circle, and lightning bolt on either side of the Dallas Cowboy tattoo. So
I think it's turning purple.
You are.
You are literally turning
purple.
Oh my God. She decided to tell me that over our nice Mother's Day dinner last night, decided to tell me that this is, and after she already assured me that it would go into a very appropriate place. I don't know if her definition of appropriate and my definition of appropriate are wildly different, but there you go. That's my fun fact. Welcome to Mastery Monday.
Bill, we love you. We love your mom. Happy Mastery Monday. Gina, thank you for launching us, for everything that you do. And you are just heart, love, and leadership, like rocking it, Gina, as well. Thank you for all you do and launching us today. We will see you soon from the multiverse.
All right, Sean. Well, thank you for causing this integrous influence in me and creating this crazy fun platform that causes in heart-centered integrous influence. And it's the gateway to knowing what to do to scale your money, time, and magic. And I'm grateful for you and all that you've done to cause that in me and allow me to cause it in others. So thank you. Have fun, everybody. Love you.
Love you. We'll see you in a little bit from the multiverse. Thank you. Yeah. Bill and Rita, let's drop in. We got awesome folk. So who do you think, Bella, should go first?
Well, I'm feeling, since, Corey goes way back with us and is longtime friends for like at least a month, that he
That is awesome. So Corey, how does that sound to you? Would you feel comfortable stepping in and going first?
I'm game with it.
Thanks, brother. All right. So judges, and I think we have amazing ones. This first round, we're listening for how these fine folks, Corey and Sherrod, open listening, connect, and put a little something at stake. They're not getting to a yes in this first round. They're not being assessed on how well they conveyed their magical abilities. That's round two. So depth of connection, opening of listening in round one. It's going to be a 6-minute conversation overall. First 3 minutes, there might be an interesting interruption halfway through. Corey, Sherrod, Belle will be anybody as a role player that we propose her to be. She's amazing that way. And she's all about going from hello to yes or not, and a yes that's relevant to you. So the question in a moment, Corey, is going to be, who do you want Bella to be? Based upon a yes that is relevant to you in the world. It could be that she's an ultimate client avatar, an investor, somebody that would need some coaching in some way. Whatever you want her to be, that's who Bella will be. Corey, what say you? Who will Bella Rita role play?
Maybe one of my potential coaching clients.
Nice. And so who would that, what would the dynamic be? She's looking to do what? What is she up to in the world?
So one of my potential clients, there would be somebody who's wholesaling real estate, maybe 2 to 3 deals a month, and they want to learn how to scale their business to a 7-figure nationwide wholesaling business where they're, constantly closing 6 figures a month on a nationwide model versus the virtual model.
Nice. And 6 figures a month. Yeah. So in total real estate sales, then how much would that be a month? Then 6 figures in total sales?
It would be 6 figures assignment fees. Assignment fees is how we get paid in our business. So basically, it depends on how big your assignment fees are. So we'll just say, 10 to 15 deals a month.
Cool. That's awesome.
I'm looking to get 10 to 15 deals a month. Is that
10 to 15 deals a month, and you're only currently doing maybe 2 to 3 deals a month, and you're looking for guidance on how to scale that business.
Nice. All right. Corey's going to take us in. Are you ready, Bella?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay. So Currently, Bella, wanted to get on this call with you just to kind of see where you're at in your business and what is going on in your world with your real estate. What are you currently doing right now as far as deals a month, and how are you structuring those deals, and what do your team look like?
Ooh, that's a lot of questions. Where should we start first? And yeah, what's most important? That was a lot of questions for me to ask it.
It's kind of how so this is kind of how I make all my calls with my potential coaching clients. So if you're doing 2 or 3 deals a month, maybe you're cold calling to, acquire these deals. And then maybe you don't have a team, maybe you're a solopreneur at the time, and, you're looking for scalability, I guess.
So I am confused because you asked me some questions and then I feel like you just told me
Okay.
And yeah, so what is it that you want to know from me, Corey?
I don't know. I'm confused too, I guess, on how we're supposed to do this.
You're confused on how we're role playing?
Yeah, I guess so.
So okay, so let's just pause the time. So we're just having a conversation. So it's a hello to yes conversation. And so you asked me a bunch of questions, and then I was just saying, like, where do you like, so we're just having a conversation as if any conversation that you would have with someone that you want to enroll in your coaching.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're going just fine. Just keep going with the conversation. Because you're doing just fine. I didn't know, you asked me a bunch of questions and I didn't know which one you wanted me to answer first.
Yeah, I'm very confused on this. Okay.
Let's just keep going. All right, let's continue with the time. Yeah. So,
okay.
So I know you do, some coaching and you want to know a lot about where I'm at, and I'm just curious, there was just a lot of questions, and I just wanted to know, like, what do you need to know from me to see if we're a good fit?
Okay, so good. But are you currently doing wholesale deals currently?
Yes. So I'm currently, about 3 to 4 deals, and I've been reading a lot about you. Other people that have worked with you have said they've been able to grow that, and so I'm looking to see, how do I get to do that? But right now, I'm currently doing about 3 to 4 deals.
Okay, gotcha. And have you done any coaching in the real estate space before this?
I wouldn't say I've done a lot. I've read a lot of books. I follow, a lot of, people that make a lot of recommendations. I go to some real estate conferences to learn, but I don't know that I've ever really invested in a coach before.
That's amazing. That's a great start. Where I recommend everyone to start is the YouTube University and go into free events. And are you currently looking
on the right path?
Yeah, are you looking to scale your business now from the 2 to 3 deals a month to more? Do you want more out of the business model you're already doing?
100%. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to, I want to grow a team. I would like to be, doing somewhere like, close to 200 deals a month. So definitely, and I'm far from that. And I don't know what it takes to get there. Okay,
so the best path to any success in any business is getting a mentor, obviously, and getting some coaching involved. I recommend, you're always doing your due diligence on the coach to figure out if they're a right fit for you, and making sure their personalities are a right fit for you too, and make sure they're what we call a guru instead of a guru.
I like it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to interrupt real quick because I actually got another phone call I need to take really quickly.
Hey, yeah, Bella.
Okay.
There's somebody here that's saying that you should have a tarot card reading to see who you would hire as your coach. So you can take that call.
Fantastic. Let me go take that call, Corey. I'll be right back.
Outstanding. Corey, excellent job, man. We're bouncing back in round 2 in a minute. Bella, how'd that feel for you?
That was good. I think I was a little, yes, it was good once we established what was happening.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Sherrod, are you ready?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, sure doesn't sound that ready. Who would you like Bella to be?
I try cases. So, one of the most challenging conversations we have is with jurors who are reluctant about talking to us, and, really building that personal connection is important in that process. And it's something that I feel, any lawyer would benefit from.
Nice. So Sherrod, is this a voir dire situation?
Correct.
Okay. So Bella, you're.
Did you say? What fancy big word did you use?
No, it's one of those creepy things that you read about online that you don't want to know about. No, it's where the attorney is talking to the jurors about potentially being in the jury, and they get to ask them questions. Different states allow different things to happen, but I believe in Sharad's jurisdiction, you get to ask the jurors questions yourself, correct?
Correct. Depending on the judge, yes.
Yeah. So you're going to be a potential juror, Bella, and you're not happy to be there. And you're a little bit frustrated. You're like, can I get out of this thing? It's what's in your head. And this gentleman's going to want to be connecting and really getting somewhere with you. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. Sharad, you got a juror there, and questioning is in play. Please take us in.
Okay. Let me make sure I am pronouncing your last name correctly. Is it Verita?
It is, yes. Thank you.
Hi, Ms. Verita. As you know, you got a jury summons to come here to potentially be a juror on this case.
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking to be summoned to be on a jury for as long as I can remember. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, and that's a good question. That's a good comment. When you opened that jury summons, when you saw it, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
Oh my God. Do I have to? Like, I don't have time for this. I've got other things to do. Like, how am I going to get out of this?
And in your mind, why do you think you had that reaction?
Because it feels spending, I don't know how many days, weeks, hours in a courtroom seems like a very suboptimal use of my time. I run a business, I run a company, my company needs me. And if I don't know how this whole thing works, but I imagine if I'm tied up in a trial for weeks, then, my company, my business suffers.
So if I hear you correctly, what you're telling me is that obviously you have things that are going on in your life that are important, and you have people who rely on you, who count on you to show up and be there to help and do the things that need to get done.
Correct.
And are you worried that somehow that's going to be impacted if you're here for this trial?
100%.
As far as your view of the trial and the lawyers, how do you place the importance of the jury system and your participation in it, as far as how you see this process?
I mean, I think as far as the jury system and process, I think they're needed. I think juries are important to an outcome of a trial, and, to come together as one. I like to state that, I think that is important. I also feel, it's important that, people who can be there without other things on their mind. And I don't feel like I could be there without thinking about what's happening in my company, who needs to get a hold of me, what's happening without me being present. I don't feel, I feel like having a jury is good, but, non-focused people is suboptimal.
And as far as that's concerned, in terms of my participation in this jury and your participation, is there anything you would want me to know that would help me decide as to whether or not you or somebody else would be a good juror?
Excuse me, this is Judge Callaghy. I need to speak with this juror. I'm finding some disturbing information related to her high school career. Can I speak to you in a little bit?
All right, Judge Callaghy.
Thank you, Miss Frida. Can I see you in my chambers, please?
Let's go.
Okay, excellent. And that cute little dog that you're bringing, I'm not sure that that's okay, but the dog is so cute that it's not a problem.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sharad, excellent job, my friend. Let's see what the judges have to say. Let's first go to Eric. Eric, we'll do 30 seconds of feedback, please, for Corey. 15 seconds what worked, 15 seconds what could be optimized, a scale and a score of 1 to 10, and then we'll do the same thing for Sharad. And please, what do you got for Corey?
Got it. All right. Well, Corey speaks with a lot of authority instantly. He knows what he's talking about. He conveys that really well. I think as far as things that could be improved upon, maybe more pointed or direct questions, but all in all, I'd give him an 8. I mean, he speaks with a great deal of authority and makes people who are unfamiliar with the product or service feel comfortable.
All right. Awesome. All right. And what do we have for Sharad?
Well, I know that world personally, so I could say as a voir dire, he did an outstanding job and he really locked the juror in. That would be a juror that I would dismiss, and he locked her into it. You want to lock the jurors into giving you the answers you need. She's not a good juror for the case, and his questioning was perfect. I'd give him a 9 out of 10.
Nice. Excellent work. And then let's go. And I just have a little bit of confusion in this. Do you go by Baynard or James?
I go by Byard because I'm a junior. So as a little kid, being called Little Jimmy was an awful thing. So
Got it. Understood completely. So, and it's Byard. Byard is correct, right? Okay. I just want to make sure I got that correctly. So Byard, please, what do you have for Corey?
Yeah. So Corey definitely knows what he's doing. I would have probably broken it down into smaller bite-size segments so that he could get more of a response from Bella on each question rather than stringing 3 or 4 together right before she gives an answer. But once he understood the format a little better, he was rolling with it, and I think he was starting to reel Bella in. And so I would give him a 7 for this round.
Nice. Thank you, Byard. And how about for Sherrod?
Sherrod, I think he had a good personal touch, was connecting on a personal level with Bella and really delving into seeing what made her tick and why she would either be a good quality juror or not for the case. So on this round, I give him an 8.
Nice. Excellent job. Thank you, Byard. And then again, I want to pronounce it correctly. It's
Shoshanik.
Shoshanik. Yes?
Shoshanik. That's okay.
No,
okay.
No, okay. Shoshanik. I want to have it right. Shoshanik?
Shoshanik.
Shoshanik.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Shoshanik, what did you have, please, for Corey?
Okay, for Corey, Corey definitely sounded very confident and knowledgeable. And what I liked about their conversation is that it was pretty friendly. The beginning of the conversation was pretty friendly. And I really like that because from my own experience, I know that sometimes, clients or, people who you're talking to, they don't like when you kind of talk about the main topic only, because sometimes, we as professionals always want to keep it as short and clear as possible, but people like to have a friendly conversation. So I really like that the conversation was kind of friendly. They were kind of...
Your score for Corey?
Yeah, well, this is about Corey, yes.
Yes. And do you have a score for him from 1 to 10 that we do?
Sure. Yeah, that's a 10.
Beautiful.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, I liked it. And for Sherrod, I really, really liked what Sherrod did, speaking about the importance of, being a juror, because I feel like sometimes people who are invited to be a juror, they think that it's an obligation. They treat it as an obligation, but they should understand that it's very important. It's not only an obligation, but it's also kind of, you should understand that you're helping people. You're doing something very important. So I really appreciated him talking about the importance of this role. So I give him a 10 too.
Look at this. Shoshanik. Look at this. Throwing 10s on the board. Nice work in round 1. Belvrita, you ready for round 2?
I am ready.
Okay, we're going to switch up the sequencing, and we are going to start this round with Sherrod. Bella is back. She's back from the judges' chambers. She has not been dismissed. And yes, things are good. So order in the court. Please, everybody settle down. Ms. Farida, questioning continues. Mr. Sherrod, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Ms. Farida, you told me that you had some apprehension about being on this jury. Now, do you understand the importance of your role within the jury system?
Probably not.
Okay. Now, as a juror, you're here as collectively part of a community to help us decide this case. Has anybody ever put it in those terms for you?
Nope.
And do you believe that it's important for the court and the litigants, myself and the other attorneys' clients and my clients, to have jurors who are intelligent and are able to look at the facts of this case objectively?
Yes.
And is that something that you believe that you can bring to the table if you're selected for this jury?
Probably not.
Okay. And tell me why.
Because I don't think I look at things objectively. Sometimes I do, but more times than not, I go with my like gut feeling. And sometimes, you know, my ADD, I'm like stringing a bunch of thoughts together. And sometimes I miss information when I'm thinking in my brain, and then I don't hear things, but I'll deduce my own outcome based on how I feel.
When you say sometimes you don't get things, are you talking about something specific, or just generally if you're not interested in something, you're not paying attention to it?
I would say generally, if I'm not interested in something, I'm not paying attention.
Okay. And do you understand that if you're selected for the jury, that obviously you're going to, you know, swear an oath to pay attention and to participate in the process fully?
Yes, absolutely. And you know, I would be under oath and swear that I would, you know, pay attention. And, you know, sometimes my mind goes in other places and I have to bring it back, but, you know, I'm just being honest in that I do get distracted by shiny squirrels that run around in my head.
Okay. And as a participant, if you were to be selected, or, well, let me back up. And as a participant,
I should also mention I dropped out of high school because I couldn't pay attention to teachers very well. So.
Okay. And has that affected your life or career in any sort of negative way?
No, I've been a business owner since I was 18. I was a seven-figure business owner by the time I was 21. I was the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada by the time I was 25. By the time I was 27, I owned three homes and 2 businesses. So I've done quite well without needing to pay attention in school.
I see. So
Last question, counselor.
Last question. If you were in my place, would you want someone with your capabilities on this jury?
Ooh, that is a tough question. Because with my capabilities, I definitely feel like I have an intuition, a knowing that definitely serves at high levels. So from that point of view, yes. But could I pay attention to every detail that comes out of everybody's mouth and be able to remember it and you know, assert whether it's right or wrong or make a judgment? That I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, ma'am.
You're very welcome.
Sherrod, excellent job. How'd that feel for you?
It was good. I mean, I like the fact that we got to a point where Bella volunteered some information that I thought was valuable. And that's the hard part, right? Is when you're speaking to jurors, they're really closed up and, you know, they're obviously viewing attorneys with suspicion. And to me, having that openness is really where the valuable information comes out, where I can make a relatively educated decision on whether or not this is a good juror for the panel.
Yeah, awesome job. Well, appreciate
Why
that.
are you laughing at me, Sean Callaghy?
Because I think you're extraordinary, and I thought you did such an awesome job. I was laughing at your brilliance and your fun and your response, and I thought it was awesome.
Okay.
Yes, I wasn't laughing at, I was laughing with. Like, you're like, yeah, well, here's what I did without having to pay attention in high school. It was awesome. I love it. I love the truth of it. I love the reality of it, and like, it's real, and it's what the world is all about, and it's what we're doing here. So it was like, yes, Bella. So great job.
Thank you.
I think Sherrod did awesome. So it was really fun, unique engagement. It was beautiful. So, all right, let's go. Corey, Bella is back. She's had her tarot card reading, and she is ready to talk more about this whole world of going from 2 deals to 20 and to 100 and beyond. So, Bella, you ready?
Yes.
Take us in.
Hi, Corey. I'm back. My tarot card reader is not sure that this is the right thing for me. So let's see where this goes.
Okay, great. So you said you're currently doing about 2 deals to 3 deals a month, and you would like to scale. And I want to figure out maybe some of the stucks you're having. Is it you're not able to get enough lead generation into your current business now?
I definitely think it's like lead generation. You know, I do all the things on Facebook that, you know, people say to do, but that's just not getting me the results that I want.
Okay, that's great. So we have a great lead generation system. We use Google Ads PPC to bring our motivated sellers to us. Would that be something you might be interested in learning and how to implement into your business?
Yeah, I would definitely like to hear, the different strategies that you're using for sure.
That's amazing. Okay. And when you're having conversation with sellers, are you getting a lot of objections from those sellers?
A little bit.
Okay. And if we could somehow and get my team integrated with your team and you, and teach you guys how to overcome those objections, would that be something you'd be interested in?
Most definitely.
Okay, amazing, amazing. Also, when you're doing deals on a nationwide level, you have to have really good relationships with title companies and attorneys. And if somebody has all those relationships set up for you, would that be something you'd be interested in?
100%.
Amazing. Okay. And when you're selling the deals, sorry about that. That's my team. When you're going to sell the, yeah, they're having a party back there because they just sold a deal.
Nice.
So when you're going to sell the deals, you have to have the ability to get these cash buyers to buy these deals, especially in the nationwide model. It's very, very difficult. Local, you can have these relationships by going to meetups, but if you can learn how to create those relationships on a nationwide model and bring these cash buyers to you, would that be something you'd be interested in doing?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, amazing. So through our coaching and mentorship program, that would be something that we could apply to you and your business throughout your whole process of learning this from A to Z. And that's exactly what we were able to deliver for you. And it's based off a subscription model, so you don't have to pay up front. It'd be pay as you go. I mean, would that be something you'd be interested in if we did a subscription model?
Yeah, for sure. That sounds interesting.
Great, amazing, amazing. So, all right, well then, that being said, I mean, you can talk to my team. You could talk to also some,
Well, I get to celebrate with them like they just did.
You get to celebrate with them when you close deals. Absolutely. And
all right, let's close some deals.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Awesome job, Corey. Great work, Bella. Corey, how'd that feel for you?
It felt better that round because I kind of knew what I was doing here and how I'm. Some pain that I normally do with all my prospects. So
excellent.
Felt good.
Great work, my friend. Glad to hear that. Corey, Sherrod, you guys ready to have a little bit more fun?
Sure.
All right. So it's like, what does that mean? I feel like Willy Wonka.
What exactly does fun mean?
Yes, I feel like Willy Wonka asking the parents of like Augustus and Violet and Veruca and Mike TV and Grandpa Joe and Charlie if they'd like to have a little bit more fun. And the uncertainty was like, I'm not sure what's about to happen. So Corey, I have either a 1 or a 2 under the table. Corey, what do you think it is, a 1 or a 2?
That's gonna be 1 or 2. What now? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I put either a 1 or a 2, 1 finger or 2 fingers under the table. Do you think it's a 1 or 2?
Oh, I'm gonna go with 1.
It is a 1. You have 1. What do you win? So you win the ability to put me on the hot seat and set up a scenario, like on the spot on the hot seat, to do what you and Sherrod just had to do. Go from hello to yes. Except you get to set the scenario. So I don't get to pick the scenario. You do. You make me into anybody you want in the world. I have to get the yes. Or you could pass the option to set the scenario to Sherrod. So would you like to set the scenario, or would you like to pass that scenario setting?
Let's pass it and see what kind of creativeness comes out of it.
All right. So Sherrod, what would you like me to be? Anything in the world. I have to go from hello to yes. You're putting me on the spot.
So you're asking the questions, or am I asking the questions?
No, I am. So I have to be the person to get to a yes, right? Because the idea of this is everything in the world happens after yes. So but the only issue is, let's make it an integrous yes. Like, we're not selling swampland in London, right? Like, so whatever would be an integrous yes that any professional, any entrepreneur, any fundraiser, anybody would have to be getting a yes. What would you like me to be?
Well, I've heard all about your trial prowess, so I would love to see what you can do in that context of, trying to get either a jury to do what you want to do or a judge to give you a yes on something you're arguing.
Okay, so tell me.
That's my own selfish.
Yeah, cool. No, that's awesome. So tell me what you'd like me to do in terms of judge or jury, and what's the issue? Your call.
Let's say you're counseling a case and you're arguing for a certain amount of damages that your client has sustained, or something to that effect.
To the jury, correct? Or to the judge?
Yeah, to the jury.
Okay, sounds good. Guys, you be in my jury. Bella, would you like to be the jury for person?
I don't know what jury person is, but this is so fun when I get to see you play a lawyer.
Okay. I play one on TV. Right. So here we go. And what's the type of case? Does it, you could even set the case so we can, not be like a setup for me. So any type of case you'd like me to be in, Sherrod?
Let's say it's a contract dispute case where they not only breached the contract but they defrauded your client of a certain amount of money.
This sounds very similar to one of your top 100 jury verdicts that you have won, Sean.
That could be. So let's go. So this is going to be the 3 minute. This is closing argument or opening argument?
Closing.
All right, here we go. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, thank you. I know this has been 21 days of your life. And at the outset, we talked about the reality that our system of justice is an imperfect one. And that our system of justice is what prevents the strongest amongst us from taking from the weakest amongst us. It is foundational in our societal structure. And thank you for your attention, for your heart, for your focus. And we made bold promises at the outset of this case. In fact, we said somebody is lying and somebody is telling the truth. And that whomever is lying is the person that you need to not only find against, but we requested that you assess punitive damages. And in this case, if you find that my client is lying, then you should not fine for us, obviously. And my client should be punished. And if you find, however, that it is their client that is lying, then we request the exact same. We pushed all in. You did not hear at any moment the other side discuss liars and truth tellers. Because with respect, it is clear that repeatedly and continuously, throughout all of the interactions between my clients and their client, that lying was transpiring. My client saw Matthew Sheldon as his attorney, not only his business partner. Mr. Sheldon not only breached his fiduciary duty and recommended our client into bad deals, he was paid kickbacks in secret through a coding system to receive those payments. But not only that, once it was discovered and my client saw and knew what was happening, it kept compounding by Mr. Sheldon drawing ranks and causing all of the people around him who were squandering this money on parties with prostitutes, drugs at the W Hotel in Manhattan, gambling, bookmaking operations being operated through the company servers, and all of it they claimed didn't happen and didn't matter. You know better. You saw 24 witnesses come through this case, and person after person describe hotel rooms, prostitutes, drug dealers, bookmakers, horrible, fraudulent cases that Mr. Sheldon knew had already been resolved and dismissed when my client invested millions of dollars into the case. So in sum, we are requesting that if you find what we're saying to be true, that you not only award our client $27 million in compensatory damages, but you match that number in punitive damages to send a message to Mr. Sheldon, who's in fact on his way to prison for what he has done, that this is not only not acceptable, but it's repugnant, malicious, and disgusting in our system of justice. Thank you. So out of roll. So how do we do, Sherrod?
No, that was great.
Yeah. So it ended up, that ended up in a $33 million jury verdict. So thank you very much. and we had back-to-back jury verdicts with 8-figure punitive damage awards. And obviously there's a lot more to talk about than we had in 3 minutes, but appreciate you. But I think the unique distinction is we put at stake in cases that our clients, we tell the truth from minute one to the end, in everything, and concede facts, concede dynamics. We resist nothing. And we put at stake, when we're dealing with people who are lying on the other side, we put at stake lying and truth telling right up front. And what it does, very integrously, is it has the jury become committed to finding out truth and lies, and it makes the back part of the case very, very easy. Because once they perceive those people to be the liars and their lawyers to be the liars, which happened in both of those cases, one was a $27 million verdict, the other $33 million. They were both 8-figure punitive damage awards in both cases, in contract cases. So that's a scoop. So thank you for that little bit of fun access.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. Yeah, anytime you run away from bad facts, it ends up poorly. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And how about Corey? How'd that feel for you?
I loved it, man. I feel like I was in the courtroom.
Bella, what say you?
It was absolutely extraordinary. Now that I've been studying the formula in a book form, I get to see how it comes out and everything. So thank you.
Cool. Well, thank you. So let's go with our fine judges and let's find out what feedback they have for our 2 amazing participants. So Shoshanik, please, what'd you have for that round, Sharad?
Okay, so I think Shrek did a great job. He guided kind of, Bella step by step to the idea that the role of a juror is very important. And based on that, because of that, Bella was able to be honest and answer the questions honestly. And I think all that combined to be a very good, conversation and to bring, to lead to a great decision, to the right decision. So it was great. And it's, again, a 10.
Boom. Excellent job. Thank you for that.
That was great.
And how about for Corey?
Yeah, so for Corey, it's it's pretty clear. I mean, Corey sounded very confident, knowledgeable, and it's I think he showed himself as someone who can be trusted. And for Bella, it would be very easy to make a decision. So it was professional, and I just don't know what to add. It was professional and knowledgeable and great. So it's another 10.
Nice, excellent job. And how was your day today, Shoshanik, on The Real Raw?
It was great. Yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I was very excited to be here. I watched a few episodes and I loved it, so it was great. And thank you again for the invitation.
Thank you. Great job, Bayard. Please, what did you have for Sharad?
Thanks, Sean. Sharad, great job. I liked how you talked about intellect and asking her about her capabilities and things to really break down her walls. So I would give you a 9. That was great.
Nice. And how about for Corey?
I really liked in the second round how Corey really cut to the chase and basically offered her something that she wanted, something that she needed, and then made her feel comfortable with the no risk format. So I give you a 10 on that, Corey. Good job.
Boom, look at that. 10s on the board. And Bayard, thank you so much for being here again today. And how was your experience?
Terrific. You really have a great program here. Thanks for inviting me. A lot of fun. I love this Hello to Yes. So great work, Sean.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate you. Awesome. And last and certainly not least, Eric, what say you, brother? Let's start with Sharad.
Well, talking about Sharad, Sharad really did a good job of trying to rehabilitate the juror, I think specifically so he could cause challenge her. Sometimes when you don't go far enough in your questioning, you give the judge too much leeway. The judge can say, no, you can use a preemptory, and we were limited in that. And I know I'm speaking very technical terms, but from a lawyer's perspective, Sharad did a very effective voir dire. I give him a 9 out of 10.
Nice. Excellent. How about for Corey?
Corey's a closer. Corey, he moved right into the selling questions right when he saw an opening. He moved right in, started giving her the selling questions, not these open-ended, get off the phone questions. He knows how to close. And, above all, that's the most important thing we do in sales. I give him a 9 out of 10.
Nice. Excellent job. Really great job, judges, today. We have wonderful people every day. More than 3,000 people have been on the show so far. Thank you for adding to that. But this was a particularly awesome grouping. Crisp, focused, direct, efficient, and a lot of energetic transference. Eric, so great job, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, and how was your experience today on The Real Raw?
It was fantastic. It was great. It was, very enlightening. I loved being here, and thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. Great job, man. Sherrod, how was your experience today? Really appreciate you. Threw some 10s on the board, man. That is not common. I loved your questioning, your depth of thinking, your congruence, your fluidity was very present. So how was your experience today?
Thank you. It was great. I really enjoyed it and learned a lot. I really appreciate the invite.
Yeah, well, thank you. And how about yourself, Corey, man? How was your day today? Hanging with us on The Real Raw.
Was amazing, man. Pushed me out of my comfort zone, which I'm always loving when I'm being pushed out of my comfort zone. And man, it was a true learning experience about the questioning and getting the hell out to yes. It was a great experience. Thank you.
Excellent job. Bella Verita, final, but I have a bone to pick with you in your final.
Well, let's lean into truth. What is this bone that you want to pick with me, Mr. Judge Cowgie?
Where's your magic wand?
My magic wand is in Florida, and I have not been back to Florida because I've been in New Jersey, and now I'm in Texas to see my mom for Mother's Day.
Oh, we need your magic wand back. It is extraordinary. Bella has a magic wand now since she is the chief sales sorceress that she uses on The Real Raw, and it's absolutely extraordinary, as are you, Bella. So what is your final?
My final is there is an extraordinary formula that I feel like I just discovered this weekend, even though I've been in Unblinded for like 8 months now. But now I have a book that I've just become present to all of the dynamics of the formula. And Sean does a special thing on Monday nights that invites everybody that has been on The Real Raw to come back and learn this formula, learn how to go from hello to yes so you can have more time, money, and magic. So the team will reach out to you, make sure you have an invitation. You want to take that call and you want to be there tonight. That is my final. And if not, like if you've got like something else going on and you're not going to be there, we will have a box of tissues so we can wipe our tears away. Maybe we'll send you some farewell cookies, but hope to see everybody back.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Listen, what this is all about, guys, did a fantastic job, is about lessening suffering in a capitalist structure and how we want more money in less time with more magic. And that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. It's like more money and or more time and or more magic. That's everybody. Contribution, impact, love, fun, and adventure. How do you do it? There's a formula that applies to our money, time, and magic, whether we like it or not, every day in every way. That's why I have fun unpacking, because when I discovered it, it changed everything in my world 24 years ago. And I couldn't be more grateful. And I'm like, people need to know and understand this, because the world of personal development, professional development is so confusing, so crowded, and so few people really get what they want out of their life, their career, their business building. And even if they do, the ultimate impact they want, that's what we're playing with. And thank you guys for helping us bring this work to the world. Shashanik, Bayard, Eric, Sherrod, Corey, and of course, my co-host, Bella Verita. Thank you. Love you guys and appreciate you. Happy Ecosystem Merger and Mastery Monday. And seriously, if you do want to grow and build, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Check us out on Monday night if you want to grow. It's not a pitch. It's not a hook. It's not a close. It's not a funnel. It's heart-centered truth and integrity. There is a way. And it's a way of massive acceleration. Love you guys. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.